Hello, gentlemen. If you're over 60 and you wake up feeling drained, with zero morning wood and barely any desire to even think about intimacy, there's one simple Mediterranean ritual that restores blood flow and reignites your testosterone faster than most doctors will ever admit. I'm talking about a 3-ingredient combo that costs less than $1, takes 30 seconds to prepare, and works while you sleep. No prescription needed, no side effects, just pure ancient wisdom backed by modern science. And here's the kicker. Most men have these ingredients sitting in their kitchen right now, collecting dust, while they spend hundreds on pills that barely work. My name is Dr. Sarah Hewitt, and I'm so glad you're here on the Beyond the Pill channel. I've spent over 15 years studying how natural compounds affect male health, especially after 55. And I can tell you this. The pharmaceutical industry doesn't want you to know how powerful simple foods can be. What I'm about to show you isn't some miracle cure. It's what recent observational studies reveal about olive oil, turmeric, and black pepper, and how they work together to improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and boost testosterone in just 4 to 8 weeks. Real changes, measurable changes. The kind that make you feel alive again. Today we're covering 4 key practices that enhance this ritual. The exact science behind why it works at night. The mistakes 90% of men make that kill the results. And at the end, a simple checklist you can screenshot and follow starting tonight. We'll talk about olive oil and why Mediterranean men stay virile into their 80s. Turmeric and its shocking effect on testosterone. Black pepper, and why without it, you're wasting your time. And the week-by-week timeline of what happens inside your body when you take this combo consistently. Before we dive in, do me a favor. Drop a comment below with your first name, your age, and what city you're watching from. I love knowing who's part of this community. And if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we drop videos like this every single week that Big Pharma would rather you never see. Let's get started. Let's start with habit number 1. And this is the foundation of everything. Extra virgin olive oil. Now I know what you're thinking. Doc, olive oil? That's just cooking fat. Wrong. Dead wrong. This isn't about cooking. This is about what happens inside your blood vessels when you consume high-quality olive oil regularly, especially at night. You see, after 60, your arteries start getting stiff. The endothelial cells, those tiny cells lining your blood vessels, they get damaged by years of inflammation, bad diet, stress, and just plain aging. When those cells stop working properly, blood flow drops. And when blood flow drops, guess what else drops? Everything. Your energy, your erections, your drive. It's all connected. Here's where olive oil becomes your secret weapon. Real extra virgin olive oil, the good stuff, is packed with polyphenols. These are powerful plant compounds that act like a repair crew for your blood vessels. They reduce oxidative stress, they fight inflammation, and most importantly, they help your body produce more nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the molecule that relaxes and dilates your arteries, allowing blood to flow freely. More nitric oxide equals better circulation. Better circulation equals harder erections and more stamina. It's that simple. There's a reason why men in the Mediterranean, places like Crete and southern Italy, stay sexually active well into their 80s. They're not popping pills. They're consuming olive oil every single day. And it shows. But here's the catch. And this is where most men screw it up. Not all olive oil is created equal. If you're buying that cheap bottle from the supermarket that says pure olive oil or light olive oil, you're wasting your money. Those are refined oils. They've been heated, processed, and stripped of almost all the polyphenols that actually do the work. You need extra virgin, cold-pressed, and ideally from a single source. Look for a harvest date on the bottle, not just an expiration date. Fresh olive oil, harvested within the last year, has up to 10 times more polyphenols than old, stale oil sitting on a shelf for 2 years. The color should be deep green or golden, never pale yellow. And the taste? It should be slightly bitter and peppery. If it tastes like nothing, it's doing nothing for you. Another massive mistake is timing and dosage. A lot of men drizzle a little olive oil on their salad at lunch and think they're covered. Not even close. To get the therapeutic benefits we're talking about, you need at least 1 tablespoon of high-quality extra virgin olive oil per day, consumed in a way that maximizes absorption. Taking it at night, right before bed, is genius, because that's when your body goes into deep repair mode. Your hormones reset. Growth hormone spikes. Testosterone production ramps up. And if you give your body the raw materials it needs during that window, the results compound fast. Within 2 weeks, most men notice better sleep and more energy in the morning. By week 4, circulation improves enough that morning erections start coming back. So here's your first action step. Go to your kitchen right now. Check your olive oil bottle. If it doesn't say extra virgin and you can't see a harvest date, throw it out. I'm serious. Then get yourself a quality bottle. Dark glass preferred because light damages the oil. And start taking 1 tablespoon every night before bed. Don't cook with your best oil. Save it for direct consumption. That's where the magic happens. And trust me, your body will thank you for this in ways you haven't felt in years. Now we move to ingredient number 2, and this one is a game changer. Turmeric. That bright golden spice you've probably seen in curry or health stores. But here's what nobody tells you. Turmeric isn't just some trendy superfood. It's one of the most researched natural compounds on the planet when it comes to male health. And the active ingredient inside it, curcumin, has a direct impact on your testosterone levels. Let me explain how. After 55, your body starts producing more inflammatory markers. Things like C-reactive protein, interleukin-6, all these nasty molecules that create chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout your entire system. And here's the brutal truth. Inflammation is testosterone's worst enemy. The more inflamed you are, the lower your testosterone drops. It's not age that kills your T levels. It's the inflammation that comes with age. Curcumin steps in like a firefighter. It's one of the most potent anti-inflammatory compounds found in nature. Studies have shown that men who supplement with curcumin for just 8 weeks see measurable reductions in inflammatory markers and corresponding increases in free testosterone. We're talking real numbers here. Some studies observed testosterone climbing by 15 to 20% in older men who were consistent with curcumin intake. And it's not just about the numbers on a blood test. Higher testosterone means more energy, better mood, increased muscle mass, and yes, a stronger libido and better erectile function. When your inflammation drops, your body stops fighting itself and starts thriving again. But curcumin does something even more impressive. It boosts nitric oxide production. Remember nitric oxide from the olive oil discussion? It's the molecule that relaxes your blood vessels and allows blood to flow freely to all the right places. Curcumin activates an enzyme called endothelial nitric oxide synthase, or eNOS for short. When eNOS fires up, your body makes more nitric oxide naturally. More nitric oxide means better erections, plain and simple. This is why turmeric has been used for thousands of years in Ayurvedic medicine to enhance male vitality. Ancient doctors knew what they were doing long before we had labs to prove it. Now here's the problem. And it's a big one. Curcumin, as powerful as it is, has terrible bioavailability. That means your body can't absorb it very well on its own. You could eat a tablespoon of turmeric powder straight, and maybe 3 to 5% of the curcumin actually makes it into your bloodstream. The rest just passes through your digestive system and comes out the other end, doing absolutely nothing for you. This is why so many men try turmeric, don't feel any difference, and give up. They're not using it the right way. The secret to unlocking curcumin's full power is combining it with something that dramatically increases absorption. And that brings us to the third ingredient, which we'll cover in the next section. For now, here's what you need to know. Get yourself high-quality turmeric powder, preferably organic, and make sure it's fresh. Turmeric loses potency over time, so don't use that jar that's been sitting in your spice rack since 2018. 1 teaspoon per day is the sweet spot for most men. Mix it with your olive oil at night, and you're already 2/3 of the way to the complete formula. But don't stop here. The next ingredient is what makes this whole thing actually work. All right, here's where everything clicks into place. Black pepper. Sounds ridiculous, right? How could something so common, something you probably shake onto your dinner without thinking, be the missing piece that makes this whole formula explode with effectiveness? But stay with me, because this is where the science gets really exciting. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, and piperine is an absorption superhero. When you consume curcumin from turmeric on its own, your body absorbs maybe 3 to 5% of it, like I mentioned earlier. But when you add just a pinch of black pepper, specifically fresh ground black pepper, piperine increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. That's not a typo. 2,000%. Suddenly, that turmeric you're taking goes from barely doing anything to flooding your system with bioactive curcumin that actually reaches your cells and does the work. Why does piperine work so well? It slows down the metabolic breakdown of curcumin in your liver and intestines. Normally, your body sees curcumin as a foreign compound and tries to flush it out quickly. Piperine basically tells your liver, hold on, let this one stay a little longer. That extended time in your bloodstream means more curcumin gets delivered to your tissues, your blood vessels, your reproductive organs, everywhere it needs to go. Without black pepper, you're throwing money and effort down the drain. With black pepper, you're unlocking the full therapeutic power of turmeric. It's the difference between taking a supplement that does nothing and taking one that changes your life in 8 weeks. But piperine doesn't stop there. It also has its own thermogenic properties. Thermogenic means it slightly raises your body temperature and boosts your metabolism, even while you're sleeping. Now, I'm not saying black pepper is going to make you shredded overnight, but every little bit helps, especially after 60 when your metabolism naturally slows down. A faster metabolism means better energy utilization, more efficient fat burning, and improved hormone production. Testosterone is synthesized from cholesterol, and when your metabolic pathways are running smoothly, your body has an easier time producing the hormones you need. It all works together like a symphony. Now let's talk about timing, because this is critical. Why take this combo at night, specifically about 30 minutes before bed? Your body operates on hormonal rhythms. Growth hormone, which is essential for tissue repair and muscle maintenance, peaks during deep sleep. Testosterone production also ramps up overnight, especially in the early morning hours. By giving your body this powerful anti-inflammatory, circulation-boosting cocktail right before you sleep, you're fueling the exact processes that rebuild and restore you. The olive oil provides healthy fats that support hormone synthesis. The curcumin reduces inflammation so your cells can repair efficiently. And the piperine makes sure everything gets absorbed and utilized. It's like giving your body premium fuel right before it goes into the repair shop. Here's your action step for this chapter. Get yourself a pepper grinder and whole black peppercorns. Pre-ground pepper loses piperine potency fast, so fresh is essential. When you mix your nightly formula, grind just a small pinch, about 1/8 of a teaspoon, directly into the olive oil and turmeric mixture. Stir it well. The piperine needs to mix with the fats in the olive oil to maximize absorption. Take it 30 minutes before you actually lie down, so your digestive system has time to start processing it before you enter deep sleep. Do this consistently, and you'll notice changes faster than you ever thought possible. Now let's talk about what actually happens inside your body when you take this formula consistently. Because here's the thing, gentlemen, nothing changes overnight. This isn't a magic pill. This is about giving your body the right tools and letting biology do what it does best, which is heal and restore itself. But the timeline is faster than most people expect. And if you know what to look for at each stage, you'll stay motivated and you'll actually stick with it long enough to see the full transformation. So let me walk you through exactly what happens week by week when you commit to this Mediterranean night ritual. Week 1 to 2. This is the foundation phase. During the first 2 weeks, the most noticeable change is sleep quality. The anti-inflammatory effects of curcumin start kicking in almost immediately, and inflammation is one of the biggest disruptors of deep sleep. When inflammation drops, your body can actually enter those restorative sleep stages where growth hormone gets released and cellular repair happens. Most men report feeling more rested in the morning, even if they're sleeping the same number of hours. You might also notice less joint stiffness when you wake up, less brain fog throughout the day, and a slight uptick in overall energy. These are subtle changes, but they're real. Your body is starting to shift from chronic stress mode into repair mode. Inflammation markers in your blood are dropping. Your cells are getting the message that help has arrived. Week 3 to 4. This is where things get exciting. Blood flow improvements start becoming obvious. Your endothelial cells, those tiny cells lining your blood vessels, have been soaking up polyphenols from the olive oil and benefiting from reduced inflammation. Nitric oxide production is ramping up. You'll start noticing better circulation in general. Maybe your hands and feet feel warmer. But more importantly, morning wood begins making a comeback. For a lot of men over 60, morning erections have been gone for years, and they assume that's just how life is now. But when circulation improves and testosterone starts climbing, that natural morning response returns. It might not be every day at first, and it might not be rock solid yet, but it's a signal that your vascular system is healing. This is also when energy levels take a significant jump. You'll feel more motivated to move, to exercise, to actually do things instead of just sitting around feeling tired. Week 5 to 6. Testosterone levels start climbing noticeably. Now, you won't feel this as dramatically as the circulation changes, but blood tests during this phase often show free testosterone rising by 10 to 20% compared to baseline. That translates into real-world changes. Your libido, that thing you thought was dead and buried, starts waking up. You think about sex more. You feel desire again. Your mood improves because testosterone has a direct impact on mental health and confidence. Muscle tone starts responding better to any physical activity you're doing, even if it's just walking or light exercise. And here's something a lot of men don't expect. Your voice gets a little stronger, your posture improves, you just feel more like yourself again. It's like someone turned the lights back on after years of living in the dark. Week 7 to 8 and beyond, full system restoration. By this point, if you've been consistent, your circulation is operating at a level you probably haven't experienced in a decade. Erections are stronger, more frequent, and they last longer. Your stamina, both in the bedroom and in daily life, feels like you rolled back the clock 15 or 20 years. But the benefits go way beyond sexual health. Your heart is healthier because those same improvements in blood vessel function protect against cardiovascular disease. Your brain function improves because better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reaching your brain cells. Joint pain and stiffness continue dropping because chronic inflammation stays low. And the best part? These benefits compound over time. The longer you stick with this ritual, the better you feel. This isn't a short-term fix. This is a lifestyle shift that keeps giving. Here's the bottom line. 8 weeks is the minimum to see full results, but most men notice meaningful changes by week 3 or 4. The key is consistency. Take your tablespoon of olive oil mixed with turmeric and black pepper every single night, about 30 minutes before bed. Don't skip days. Don't make excuses. Treat it like medicine. Because in a way, it is. Your body will respond. Trust the process. All right, gentlemen, let's put it all together. Here's the exact formula that you're going to start using tonight. You need 3 ingredients, and I want you to write this down or screenshot it right now. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, cold-pressed, dark bottle, harvest date visible. 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, organic if possible, fresh and bright orange in color. And 1 small pinch of freshly ground black pepper, about 1/8 of a teaspoon, ground right before you use it. That's it. 3 ingredients. Costs less than $1 per serving. Takes 30 seconds to prepare. And it works better than most prescriptions you'll ever be offered. Here's how you prepare it the right way. Get a small glass, doesn't have to be fancy, and pour in your tablespoon of olive oil. Add your teaspoon of turmeric powder directly into the oil. Then take your pepper grinder and add that fresh pinch of black pepper right on top. Now stir it well with a small spoon for about 10 to 15 seconds until you get a smooth, golden mixture. The turmeric should be fully blended into the oil with no dry clumps floating around. The piperine from the black pepper needs to mix with the fats in the olive oil for maximum absorption, so don't rush this step. Once it's mixed, consume it slowly, like you're sipping a shot of something valuable, because you are. Don't chug it. Let it coat your mouth and throat as it goes down. This gives your mucous membranes a chance to start absorbing some of those polyphenols immediately. Timing is everything. Take this mixture about 30 minutes before you actually get into bed. You want your digestive system to start processing it while you're still awake and moving around a little. Don't take it immediately after a huge meal, because a full stomach slows absorption. Ideally, you finish dinner 2 to 3 hours earlier, so your stomach is mostly empty but not completely growling. This gives the formula a clear path into your bloodstream without competing with a bunch of other food. And once you take it, try to stay upright for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Walk around a bit, do some light stretching, just don't lie down immediately. Then, when you do go to bed, your body is primed for deep, restorative sleep, while all these powerful compounds go to work. Now let's talk about what to avoid, because this matters just as much as what you do. Do not mix this formula with alcohol. Alcohol disrupts sleep quality, kills testosterone production, and interferes with the absorption of curcumin. If you're going to drink, do it earlier in the evening, and give yourself at least 3 hours before taking your nightly dose. Also, avoid taking this with calcium supplements or dairy products. Calcium can bind to curcumin and block absorption. If you take calcium, do it in the morning, not at night. And stay away from processed foods in the hours leading up to your dose. Junk food creates inflammation, and you're trying to reduce inflammation. Don't sabotage yourself by eating garbage and then expecting a tablespoon of olive oil to undo all that damage. Here's a bonus tip that makes this even more effective. If the taste is too strong for you, especially in the beginning when your palate isn't used to raw turmeric and pepper, add a tiny bit of raw honey to the mixture, maybe half a teaspoon. Raw honey has its own anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties, and it makes the flavor much more pleasant without killing any of the benefits. Some men also like to add a squeeze of fresh lemon juice for a little citrus kick and extra vitamin C. That's totally fine. Just keep the core 3 ingredients consistent, and you can tweak the flavor to suit your preference. The goal is to make this sustainable, something you'll actually do every single night for months, not something you force down for a week and then quit because it tastes terrible. So there you have it, gentlemen. A simple, powerful, ancient ritual that costs less than $1 a day and can genuinely transform how you feel, how you perform, and how you show up in life after 60. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 pinch of fresh black pepper, every night before bed. That's all it takes to start reversing years of inflammation, boosting your circulation, and bringing your testosterone back to life. If you found this valuable, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video. Drop a comment below and let me know if you're going to try this tonight. And share this with any man in your life who needs to hear it. Your father, your brother, your friends. They all deserve to know that there are real solutions beyond what the pill pushes. This isn't about chasing miracles. This is about respecting your body, giving it what it needs, and letting nature do what it does best. Start tonight, stay consistent, and watch what happens. Always remember, the truth goes beyond the pill.